press pause and answer the question.
The Americans with Disability Act, or ADA, has accessibility guidelines to ensure people with certain disabilities be able to gain access to business establishments. One of the regulations requires that all wheelchair ramps meet ramp slope standards. Ramps can have a maximum angle of elevation of 4.8 degrees. The diagram below shows a ramp that uses 30 linear feet of material with an angle of elevation of 4.8 degrees. Which of the following expressions gives the height in feet from the landing to the ground? So again, this is another one of those SOHCAHTOA problems. I think it's a good idea just to write it out each time. So write out SOH, CAH, TOA, because I think it's less likely you'll make a really easy mistake. And what do we want? Well, we're looking for this height, right? So we're looking, what's the height of the landing? So the fact that we're looking for the opposite, and we know the hypotenuse, well, we can see here opposite, hypotenuse. So we're looking at a sine function as being the best way to go forward. So we're going to say that the sine of the angle, 4.8 degrees, so the sine of 4.8 degrees is equal to some number, we'll call it x, divided by our hypotenuse, 30. So our opposite is x, and our hypotenuse is 30. Now, when I see a situation like that, sometimes I like just to make it into a ratio where we can cross multiply. So let's do that. We can say that sine of 4.8 degrees is actually sine of 4.8 degrees over 1. And then we can cross multiply. So we can see that x is equal to sine of 4.8 times 30. Now, if you're having trouble with sines, and you're probably not, but if you're having trouble with sines, there may be one of two things going on. You may see something like sine and then parenthesis 4.8 degrees and think that that's like a multiplication, that you can multiply something called sine times 4.8 degrees, because typically when we see something in parentheses, we know there's a multiplication, but it's not. It's like a function. It's really inseparable. And that's the other problem some people make, is they think maybe this 4.8 degrees should be pulled out somehow and manipulated, but we can't separate it from the sine. So it may not be a bad idea just either in your head or when you're writing it down to put parentheses around sine of 4.8 degrees so you see that's like a number. And really, the sine of 4.8 degrees is a ratio of this distance divided by this distance. And no matter how big or how small the triangle is, you can see that that ratio remains constant. That's a family of triangles with a right angle here and an angle here of 4.8 degrees. So we were left off with x, that's our height right here, is equal to sine of 4.8 degrees times 30, and that's our answer.